UCLA Bruin Kaimi Fairbairn to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they'll run here with Etienne. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Lawrence will throw. And Shark calls it in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down now, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Hey, Orban. Yeah. Get that ball right now. Takes 3. 218, jump. Hey.
And they'll run with ETN. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. We two-jet bombers. We two-jet bombers. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Smoke. 57.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown. Travis Etienne. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are on the board here first in the season opener. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. To return, here's Chris Conley. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 7, Watson got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. Now Watson. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Watson now to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
They'll run on first down. Hines, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Taken at the goal line. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
At their own 7-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now on 2nd and 13, Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line, I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's out right at the 25.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Play action. It's Lawrence. That's once again complete to Chark. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. On 1st down, it's Robinson, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Lawrence forced out to his left, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Over the middle, he's got Chenault. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence. There's another one complete to Chenault. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to the ground with Etienne. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Desmond King making the tackle. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On play action, Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Finding some room at midfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big pickup there on the scramble.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Hines. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the red zone now, Watson escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his right. He's going to go deep for Conley. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. That is caught by Lamb. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Houston.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Rodney Anderson taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans have taken the lead. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Hey, high 7 on the ball.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 15 now, Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Jaguars 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
17 yards. Hey, Charlie.
Now Lawrence on first down. He'll get this off to Etienne. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Now Lawrence. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Lawrence. Able to complete this to Chenault. Touchdown, Jaguars. LaVisca Chenault, 29 yards. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signal. For and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a give right side. It's Hines. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's got some space here. Touchdown. Touchdown, Houston.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Jaguars 14. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught at the 1. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Chris Conley, 39 yards.
And the Texans are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jaguars 14. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Jamal Agnew now to return it.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Lawrence.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
He goes to Lamb again. This time he's got him.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Nevin Lawson with a pick.
And the Jags are right back in this football game.
Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Desmond King picks it.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now it's Hines. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
74 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got it. Touchdown, Texans.
Brevin Jordan.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Texans are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jaguars 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Here's Lawrence.
And incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Recon, 132 fighter. Check 13. Check 13.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And a dump off here to Robinson.
Robinson, a first down and then some.
Touchdown!
James Robinson.
35 yards. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And Watson's going to throw it here. Steps away. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Jaguars are right back in this football game. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
On first down, Lawrence.
He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10.
Lawrence will throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut.
And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They run again with Hines. And he's taken down inside the 30.
91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run with Hines. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nyheim Hines. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out and start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence, flush to his right. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Go, Jackrabbit, 5.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And this one is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Eric Wilson. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Throwing now, Watson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. He's got a man. Complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Watson off play action. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll find it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Texans, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents